Hi guys, this is Sadiq from Drawing.com. In this video, we'll show you how to flash the latest ColorOS 16 Android 16 base onto Galaxy A52s 5G. So please take a backup of all the phone's data and then let's get started. So first off, get the ROM file from here. All thanks goes to QZCS3. With that said, now let's start off with the flashing. So first off, get the SDK from my article and extract them onto your PC. Upon doing so, you will see the following files. One that is done. Now enable OEM unlocking and USB debugging. OEM unlocking is required to unlock the phone's bootloader and USB is required for ADB commands. So let's now enable both the toggles onto our phone. Go to About Phone, Software Information, then tap on build number 7 times. Then go back, go to Developer Options, and from there, enable OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. Tap on OK. You might get one more prompt, tap on Allow. And with this, the debugging is now enabled. Let's first verify it. So type in CMD, hit the enter key, then type in the command of ADB devices and verify you're having an ID. If that's all fine, then you have to now unlock the phone's bootloader. For that, boot the phone to device unlock mode. Long press the volume up key and again press the volume up key to unlock the phone's bootloader. All the steps are shown in my video as well. You may have a look at that and get the job done. Once you unlock the phone's bootloader, now you have to boot the phone to download mode for flashing the recovery file. So for that, there are quite a few approaches. Easiest way is to use the ADB command, ADB reboot, download and hit the enter key. Your phone should now be in the download mode. If you want, you will also take one more approach, which is powering off the phone. Then press and hold both the volume keys and insert the USB cable. So that way also you will be in the download mode. I have an article and a video on that. You may check it out. Once you have got the download mode, now get hold of the Odin tools from here, extract them onto your PC, and you will see a few files. Let me show you those files as well. I guess there are around 4 to 5 files. 4 files in fact, as you could see. Now let's move ahead and install the recovery file onto our phone, the TWRP recovery. So get the file from the downloads section over here, both the files, VB Meta and TWRP. And let's now flash the file. So open the Odin tool. You will get a prompt. Click on OK. Then verify is shown as added in the log and in the COM section as well. Go to Option, uncheck Auto Reboot. Then click on AP and load the recovery tar file. For the Galaxy A52s, this is the one. Then click on Data and load the patch file of VB Meta. A52, this is the file. Yes, this is the file. So load this as well. And let's verify it. Okay, let's use the file of TWRP, not the orange fox. So TWRP for this is the one. And now you could see TWRP for A52s 5G and patch B Meta for A52 8 again. So it's all fine. Uncheck auto reboot, click on start. The flashing will start and take around 5 seconds. Then you will get the pass message. Once that happens, press and hold the volume down and power keys for 7 to 8 seconds. Then keep on holding both the keys till the phone undergoes a reboot. When that happens, let go of the keys and then press and hold the volume up and power keys. Now keep on holding both the keys for 4 to 5 more seconds until the phone restarts. And when that happens, you may let go of the keys. So keep on holding the keys for a few more seconds. And then you may release the keys. At this point in time, if you have pressed the key at the right time, the phone should now be inside the recovery mode, the TWRP recovery. But if it's in the stock recovery, in that case, you have to flash the file once again and make sure to press the keys at the right time. Just give it a few more seconds and the phone should now be inside the recovery mode. So let's just wait and for that to happen, and you could now see we are inside the recovery, but our task is only half done. Now go to Wipe, Format Data, type in yes, hit the blue check mark. This will take a few seconds. When that is done, again do a reboot to the recovery. This will remount the phone's data slot. So let's just do that in a few seconds and then we can easily flash the ROM zip file onto our phone. So for that, we'll first see if the phone is shown here or not. If it's shown here, we can simply do a file copy paste. If it's not shown here, we have to use the ADB push command. I'll show you both the approaches. Just give it some time for it to boot to the recovery mode. And once that happens, wait for 5 to 6 seconds. And in my case, let me first copy the file. In my case, the phone is shown here. but I cannot access the storage. So please copy the ROM file and paste the file inside the folder of platform tools. Do a renaming and rename this to something shorter. Okay, let's do one thing. Let me simply cut the file. That will be much better. So Control S, this will be much faster. And we have got it. Now do a renaming. Rename this to something shorter. Let's say ROM. The file name becomes rom.zip. And you may now easily do a file transfer. ADB push file name rom.zip space /. Don't use the SD card, that might have some issues. Instead, use the data slot, hit the enter key. The file will now be transferred onto our phone. This might take 4 to 5 minutes. So you may either use the normal file copy paste, the ADB push command, or a USB OTG. But please don't use the ADB sideload, because that will end up flashing the ROM file, which we don't want to happen. We want to flash a file using the install option only. ADB sideload is only used with the AOSP recovery, like LineageOS recovery, but usually it's not recommended to use with the Orange Fox or TWRP recovery. So with that in mind, let's just wait. So guys, we have now got the file. So let's now flash it. For that, go to install, upper level, choose the data slot, choose the ROM file, swipe to flash. The flashing will now start and take around, I guess, 4 to 5 minutes maximum. So let's just wait for that to flash. So guys, with this, the flashing is done. You might see a few warning signs. Ignore that. Just verify shown as over here, successful. If that's fine, then go back, go to wipe, format data, type in yes, hit the blue check mark. Formatting is a must both before and after flashing a ROM. Now tap on reboot system, and the first booting up will take up some time because it's a port of a different ROM, and we have also done a phone formatting. So give it around a couple of minutes at the least. With that said, let's just see the boot logo and the boot animation, which will signify that we have flashed the ROM file successfully. And it might appear after around 20 seconds at the very max. So let's just keep a tab on that. And with this, we have got the boot animation. So the flashing went fine. Now let's wait for a few more seconds. And that is it. We are now inside the OS. So let's get started with the setup process. Language is English by default. Great. Agree to all the terms and condition. Then import data from Oppo, Realme, other Apple, Harmony OS. No, I don't want that. Let's skip that as well. Skip the Wi-Fi as well for now. Sign in, no, that's not required. Unlock method, skip that as well. Gestures are fine. And I guess that's just about it. It's all set and the wallpaper is nice. We have a few pre-installed apps which are all the system apps. There is this one wallet app in Chinese language. I don't know what exactly this is. Okay, the icon was from looking like a wallet, but I guess it's a market, some kind of a market app. Anyways, let's move on. In the tools, we can see all the apps over here. Whether My Files, Documents, Oppo Health, Recorder, IR Remote, if your phone supports that. Minor mode, I guess, for the children, it will turn off most of the features. This is the QS tiles. You can see it's somewhat laggy, but that's for the first time usage. Give it some hours and then it will work nicely. The UI will be fine. It's the initial lag only. Then this is the QS or the QS tiles, and I guess, okay, you could use either the split or the classic. Let's use the split one. In the split one, top right are the QS tiles and the left hand side are all the notifications, as you could see. QS tiles. Then let's check out the settings menu, and at a glance you will see all the features that it has, but it requires online connection. Let's skip that for now. This is the developer, so all thanks goes to him. Let's go back and home screen, lock screen, and the style. Let's see what all goodies it has. Let's tap on that, agree and continue. These are all the Flux themes that you can choose from. Let's have a look at any one of them. Let's say this one. A preview should be shown here. You could see. So first off, we have all the wallpapers, which I have just shown you. Okay, let's first have a look at all the wallpapers and then we will see the other features. Flux themes, then there are a few other wallpaper as well. These are the three classic one. ColorOS, Sublime Grandeur has one, and a few interactive wallpapers as well. interactive. These are, you could see, live wallpapers. Some of them, this is also, all these are live wallpapers. Let's now go back. Sublime Grandeur is just a normal one, and now I have shown you all the wallpapers. Let's now tweak the other sections, which are as follows. Let me show you. When you choose the wallpapers, let's say this one, then first off we have the time widget. You may choose the temperature, show or hide. Let's show it. Then this is the style for the time. Let's choose this one. Then you can also change the format of the numbers from here as per your convenience. This one looks nice. Make it dense or more heavier. Let's keep it here. Then you may change the colors of the time as well. Make it darker or lighter. Let's go with the default wallpaper only. And apart from that, you may change the bottom left and right shortcuts as well, and depth effect. If the wallpaper supports, this one supports that. So it's done. In the style section, you may enable the blur, you could see over here, but I am not a fan of that. You can also add these background tweaks in the wallpaper or enlarge it if required. No, it's not required. So this is all which can be done from here. And in the home screen, you may change the wallpaper for the home screen and choose a different one. So let's choose this one. No, it's not looking nice. Let's go with the basics one only. And again, you can change the style of the home screen as well, enable the blur effect and choose these styles if you want. And icons, agree. These are the icon styles. Flux, you could see. This looks much better. Radiance, shadow, material UI, then pebble and so on. Art plus icons. For now, let's go with the flux only. Match the wallpaper colors or choose your own colors from here. Let's choose the wallpaper only. Then apart from that, you can make them smaller or increase the size. Once that is done, hit the apply button. Okay, carousel wallpapers will be turned off when you apply a flux theme. No issues. It's currently being applied. So this is done now. After that, what all is next? Then we have the AOD. Let's choose from an always on display, turned on display settings. Info, you can show or hide the options, these menus in the AOD. Then these are the AOD styles that you can choose from. Then there are various online as well. By default, let me see what it is. So it's just a time being shown, nothing else. This will save some battery. Then you may change the AOD from here if required. Then icons I have shown you already. Next up, we have the font style, which can be changed. You can increase or decrease the font style from here. Then hit the apply button. Some other tweaks, colors. You may change the theme from this section or choose a wallpaper colors from here. These are looking dull. So let's choose the coastal one only. Then go back. Fingerprint animations. You could see these are the various animations. This looks nice. Then let's use this one and go back. Then we have the edge lightning. So whenever you get a notification, the phone's edges will light up. Also for incoming calls, you could see over here. Then let's go back. Visual effects are all enabled by default. Video ringtones requires Wi-Fi and not a useful one. Home screen settings. Layout 4x6. What all we have? 5x6, 5x7. Let's use 5x6. Hide icon names if you want, but let's show it. Hit the apply button from here and the layout is now changed. Then icon pull down gestures. Swipe upwards on the left or right hand side of the screen to pull down app icons. Right, you could see this is the animation which we are talking about. Then let's go back. Swipe down on the home screen will give us the global search. You can change that as well. And this is the global search. Some of the languages are in Chinese, but that's not a major concern because most of the ROM's language is in English only. App animation speed can be enhanced. As I have told you initially, there will be some lag. Initially, I guess 4 to 5 hours. So leave it in that state and then you will see it will all work out great. Just give it some time. Double tap empty space to lock the screen. Yes, that is required. Double tap to wake is there. AOD. I'll have to find that option. This might be there somewhere. But double tap to lock is there. App animation speed has been enhanced. Transitions, animations. Let's see all the options which we have. Let's use the roll one and hit the apply button. Then apart from that, let's now go back, lock screen settings, raise to wake, double tap to turn off or on the screen, fingerprint notification layout, stand alone. Okay, that's fine. Overlap with the notification, which I don't want. Double tap to sleep, double tap to wake is now working. So it has both the features. Great. Let's now go back. Okay, it went back quite a lot. No issues. Let's access it again. So we were in the home screen, lock screen and style, and this was done, I suppose. Then let's go to the display and brightness. You can choose dark mode from here, and the usual font style, display style, screen refresh rate. Keep it high, 120 Hz at all time. This will lead to more battery drainage, but will give you a more fluid and snappy UI experience. Screen off animation after 30 seconds is fine. Then notification and quick settings. Anything new over here? In the status bar, you must show or hide the icons from here. Quick settings can be split, which I have shown you earlier. Live alerts for all of these tweaks. Let's try out any one of them. Let's see if timer is there or not. The clock app should be there. Let me see game updates, car reminder, smart control. So all of this will be shown at the top in the notch. Let me see the clock once again. Okay, let's do a screen recording. That will be for sure there. Screen recording and agree and continue. Okay. Start recording, and you could see at the notch over here. Just tap on this. You can access it further. So all of these tweaks are there in the live alerts capsules over here. You could see. Let's go back and recent apps which we have accessed just now. Apps, battery, convenience, Oppo AI. So we have the AI tweaks as well. Brino Touch, suggestions, AI writer, translate, and voice scribe. All these are useless for me. And then wallet and payment. That's require Wi-Fi as well. System and updates. When there's update, you can install this from here. Recommended approach, or you may simply flash it via the recovery as well. But it's recommended to use the software update section only. These are all enabled by default. Then we have the about device section. You could see ColorOS 16, Android 16 base, and performance booster, CPU visualization. Agree and continue. Allow. I am usually not a fan of these tweaks, and I don't believe in them as well. It's just on paper. But if you want, you may carry out these tweaks as per the requirement. So guys, I guess that's just about it. Let's just see this. In the home screen, widgets might be only online. Okay, we have some offline as well. That's great. On some phones, we only have it online. But here you can add all of these widgets, home screen widgets. There are a lot of them, as you could see. You can add all of them from here. Then apart from that, wallpaper we have seen, layout we have seen, home screen settings we have seen as well. So guys, that's just about it. If you have any query, let me know in the comment section. And thank you for watching the video.